Hello, welcome everyone to Generally Speaking podcast. Today's episode is a little different. We've decided that once a week we're gonna try and review an album, any genre of music, any type. Today we have picked up and coming, or he was up and coming, I should say. He's kind of mainstream now, but dior, I'm Gone. He dropped this album June 12th, 2020. He has 8 million listeners on Spotify monthly. Did you know that?
I did not know that. That's pretty good.
That's ridiculous. But considering that I never listened to him prior to this album, but I know a couple of friends who dig his stuff.
Let me say that there's so much more. There's the access to information, the access to different music is so vast nowadays that like there are like people like iann, like I've never heard of him, and the fact that he has 8 million listeners doesn't really surprise me because like there's so many people out there making music now. Really, it's like
yeah, but I feel like if you have 4 million or more, even I feel like everyone's kind of heard of you. You know what I'm saying?
you say 4 million.
Yeah, I'm just spitting a number out. I feel like if you have like 4 million monthly listeners, then you should be at least heard of. Am I right? But like I've never heard of Iann Dior until I looked up new releases on Spotify and his album popped up.
I mean, he's obviously heard of, just not by you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People have heard of him, you know?
Okay, so basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna analyze each song. Not that long. This is not gonna be as long as normal podcast. At least I don't plan it to be. But we'll see. This is the thing. This guy, Iann Dior, reminds me a lot of XXXTentacion. I don't know if it did not remind you of him?
Not real. I mean, I saw what you were saying. Some of the, especially on the song "Shameless," the fourth song, I could hear what you were saying about him sound like X, but like, I didn't see it too much. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, the first song on the album was what reminded me of X, and it was Paradise. And I think it was because he had, X has that like, he has that it's kind of like that echo, but it's not even an echo. It's like a moan kind of when he sings. He's like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
You know what you're saying? Yeah. I mean, well, was the comparison like a negative?
It would be negative if he was trying to impersonate X. If he's not trying to be X, or at least inspired by X, then it's fine. But I just think the chorus sounded like X. I don't know why. It was an okay chorus. That was an okay song. It wasn't like I wouldn't listen to it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say this. I wouldn't listen to the album again. I would listen to the last song when we get there with Lil Baby. I'd listen to that again. That went off. But from the first song, there was a bar I wrote down that was pretty nice. He said, 100,000, take it to the bank. I gotta stack it right. And I'm like, you know what? Because most rappers out here are gonna take that 100,000, blow it on a car, blow it on a watch or something. Nah, he's taking that shit to the bank, being smart with his money.
You're right. That I didn't really think of it like that. I just feel like that could have just been a normal flex, but
I mean, even if it's a normal flex, he's flexing correctly. A smart flex.
Respect that.
I'd rather, like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I think the first song was better than the second song, but the second song was Pretty Girls, and I think what I wrote down was it had an interesting guitar chord in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I can't really remember it. I'm gonna play it real quick, see if I can.
I don't remember it too much. I mean, I remember I rated it 7 out of 10 for the song, but it was short. That's the thing about the album. Almost every song is like under 3 minutes, except for the last song.
It was only a 21-minute album. 9 songs, 21 minutes. So it's kind of a quick listen through, which I like. I like those albums that are short.
Right.
Like I'm not trying to sit through an hour and 35-minute album. Like what the fuck? Like when Chance Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that. I was about to say when she danced, okay, that was just a mixture of trash. Like there was no direction. Was there direction on that album, or was it just a bunch of random songs?
It felt like it was a truly, if anything, that should have been a mixtape. Like it felt like all three of Chance's previous projects were albums, and the one quote unquote album he dropped was just a mixtape. Is what I feel like. Because at least his mixtapes had like a theme or like something that he was reaching towards in it. You know what I mean? But this one's just the big. Anyway, off topic. Song number 3,
No, wait.
Sickness.
I didn't get to finish my review
Huh?
of Pretty Girls.
How'd you? Oh, keep going.
It was very repetitive. So
Well, yeah, it was. I thought it was the banger of the song. You know what I mean? Of the album. You know what I mean?
I thought the banger was I thought the banger was the last song, honestly, but maybe
Yeah.
it wasn't. Sickness, next song on the album, it had pretty chill beat, and I thought the verse was honestly fire. So, I mean, I thought
Huh?
I was saying I thought it was a pretty good song.
Yeah, I liked it too. I liked how he started getting a little bit deep on his bars, or just spitting some real facts about life. But then he went back to the just generic trap rap shit, and I was like, because at first I was like, I was bumping to it, and then he would say something like deep or intellectual. I was like, "Oh, okay," but then he'd go back to like spitting generic shit, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Never
Do you
mind.
think he's like a mumble rapper?
No.
Okay, who are mumble rappers then? Is it Migos? Migos is mumble rap, right?
Number one, mumble rap was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like that term's dying, low-key, but like I would say Migos, like Lil Yachty when he first started coming up, Lil Uzi Vert when he first started coming up, um, Lil Pump, easily mumble rapper. Fucking, I mean, you could argue that Ski Mask is a mumble rapper, but I mean, you could also argue that he's the complete opposite of that. So, I mean, it's all about what you. There are obvious examples, and then there aren't so obvious examples, and I guess it comes down to your preference and how you feel about it. I would
Well,
assume.
I'm also just thinking of like I feel like most of the culture, like the culture album with Migos, I feel like that was mumble. Like that's the reason I don't like the Migos is because I don't know what they're saying half the time, and it's repetitive.
You know what's hilarious about what you just said?
What?
When the culture 2 dropped, I remember you coming to my locker all excited about it. And then like the next day you came to me and you like, dude, that was the worst album I've ever listened to in my whole life. I was like, damn, where was all that excitement?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the worst album I've ever listened to. Because I mean, I did like Narcos on that album. That was a good song, I thought. Anyways, let's get back to I'm Gone.
Yeah.
See, that's how unimportant this album is. It literally drifts us to talk about different albums because this is so uneventful.
Or maybe we're shitty at staying on topic and not going on a tangent.
Well, I guess, but tangents are fine. All right,
What's
next song, Shameless. This one, it started out a little weird. I forget why I put that, but I put it for good reason, I assume. The beat goes in and the verse goes hard. That's what I got to give him for that. But then again, it's kind of corny because he compares it to the Netflix show. That's the title of the song, Shameless. He compares it to that Netflix show, Shameless. But I do respect it because William H. Macy is in Shameless. So shout out to the boy. But it was overall I actually did like the song. It was just a corny title, honestly. But I think it's the best out of the first 4.
You think that's the best out of the first 4?
Yeah.
Dang.
What do you think it is?
Probably Pretty Girls or Sickness. One of the two.
Okay, well, what did you think about Shameless?
I like you said, the beat was really nice at first, but then like afterwards, the drums just like, I don't know. The drums were not that it drowned it out. It's just the beat was nice, but like the drums were just generic trap drums that were completely throwing that beat off, like the melodic aspect of it. You know what I mean?
I see what
Like
you're saying.
Huh?
I see what you're saying.
I mean, I just thought it could have been mixed up a little bit more, but it was still a good song, I guess.
The next song, Psycho, was the worst song on the album. It was
Oh, really?
it was boring. I literally put no comment because I was just like, I can't. This is the worst song on the album.
Cody, he had bars in that song, though.
Okay, give me an
I
example.
give that song
Give me an
8 out of 10. I
example.
give that song 8 out of 10. He said, "Fuck when your bitch need a silencer. Put a sock in her mouth just to silence her." I'm like, what? That's a bar. How did you not hear that?
I think I did. I don't know. I think it was just when I listen to rap songs, I really am focusing on the beat and the tone of his voice instead of the lyrics, which I don't know why I do that, but
You gotta do it all, bro.
yeah, but it's all gotta click or it's just not good in my opinion. Like he can have good lyrics and good tone, but if like the versatility and the flow isn't there, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. It's all got to blend together as one cohesive, good, consistently good sounding song, in your own opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Next song had the first features on the album. This song only had 3 features, this album only had 3 features, which is kind of small for an album. But again, this only had 9 songs, so I don't like MGK, anyways. So, but I thought he was okay in the song. But I did walk in to the song like, ugh, MGK. That's what I thought. I didn't know who Travis Barker was.
From Blink 182,
What'd you say?
he's the drummer from Blink 182.
I didn't know that. Did you know that walking in though?
He did.
Really?
But that's what I was disappointed. I was disappointed because he's a drummer, and I was like, at the end of the song when they brought the energy up vocally, the drums stayed the exact same, and I was like, bro, like you're like, if you're a drummer of a pretty notable band, I'm sure you would have some type of interesting drum placements to put in the end of the song. You know what I mean? But that's what I don't know. I thought it was not a waste of a feature, but a waste of an opportunity to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the chorus was pretty nice. I mean,
Yeah.
it was kind of like it was a predictable chorus for a feature, in my opinion, but I still thought it was a good chorus. Actually, I take it back. The next song, "Runaway Kid," was the worst song on the album. It had weird ass moans in the beginning. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Or it had weird moans in the beginning. Corny. The chorus was corny as fuck, and yeah, it was just the worst song. I mean, did you like it?
I I gave it a 6 out of 10 only because I didn't really like it. He said like one thing. He said he was talking about like needing to get away from, where his home or where he's coming from. And he was talking about like a girl who was only going to bring him down. He was speaking about possibly relapsing with that girl. And then he just didn't speak on that ever again in the song. And I was like, fuck, that was kind of interesting. You could have elaborated a lot more on that, but you know,
He leaves you guessing.
that's the thing. He's been sprinkling. That's what I felt like this album was holding back on, was him sprinkling back. And I get it, because every song was like under 3 minutes, and every song was kind of like almost like a banger, almost on every song. And it's like he left out some opportunities to actually connect with his audience on some deep stuff, on something that, you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. I feel like that whole album was like that. It was just I don't know. It was just it was a hit or miss, and I think he missed personally. But who knows? Could I make a better album? Probably not. But
I mean,
maybe.
maybe.
Would you say
What?
that Say Less was better than this album?
No, this album had a lot bigger budget, a lot more notable features. The only aspect I could say
Features, bro.
was different, huh?
Fuck the features. The
Well,
only
the
good
only thing
feature was Little Baby.
yeah, okay. The only thing I could say, I mean, I could have the upper hand on, was like lyrics maybe, and like I guess, and the willingness to be a little bit more vulnerable in the music, because he had little drops of vulnerability and drops of,
Do you think he was? Do you think he was trying to stray away from being vulnerable?
that's the thing, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like for what the album did, the album was meant to be a banger album, and for what it did, it was good. You know what I mean? But like overall, is what you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. All right, on to the next one. This is the second to last song, "Good Day." Verses was boring. Again, I feel like I'm saying that a lot with this album, but it was just a boring album. Like, no hate to Iann Dior, because I don't really. He must have an appeal to some people to have 8 million monthly listeners a freaking month, but
Hey, it could be fake streams. I don't know. Not saying he is. Conjecture. Not saying he is.
how do you fake streams?
You can buy streams from sites, and because people will have softwares where they can like make it seem like you have 50,000 listens. Like let me say this. I don't know if you remember Kid Sweezy, but back when I had that little about that no hook. So he dropped a project or whatever, and his songs got like 200 listens or something, but out of nowhere, and I swear to God, out of nowhere, each and every song got 50,000 views out of nowhere.
Damn.
Tell me how each and every one of your songs has 50,236. The 236 are the real views that you got, but out of nowhere, you got 50,000 on all your songs. The next day, that's okay.
So, does buying streams give you an advantage at all, or does it just make you look better?
Yes, it makes you look, because it makes you look better, and it makes people more inclined. If people see that your song has like a crap ton of views on it, they'll be a lot more inclined to listen to it, which is weird because in the music industry, when you see a rapper who's up and who's rapping about money, who has money, people are more inclined to give that rapper more attention and more of their money, other than a rapper who's coming up and who's more humble about it.
I disagree. Here's why I disagree. Here's the perfect example for that.
Mm-hmm.
Logic.
Okay.
Logic, yeah. on the come up. That was his whole thing. It was the underdog come up, and he had that ride until he became mainstream, and then now he was like, what do I rap about now? You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. It's just he has it now, and there's no like the underdog. People like the underdog story. They like their little secret. You know what I'm saying? They have their little secret rapper, their little secret stand-up comedian, their little secret movie, whatever, that no one else really knows about, but they're low key on the come up. Logic was, for the longest time, he was everyone's little secret. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he had bars. He had versatility. On his Young Sinatra projects, they weren't. The thing with Logic is, again, he wasn't creative. Like he reused beats, he copies beats. Even on Bobby Tarantino, he reused beats.
Right.
And it's just a lack of creativity is what he has, and it's fine. But that's a good example of a rapper, who on the come up had more fans and maybe more notoriety and maybe more credibility than he does now.
That's a great example. That is a great example, actually. And I like what you said about Logic being everyone's little secret. Like because everyone knew who Logic was. Like, not that everyone knew. It's just like he wasn't mainstream, but he was well known. So it was kind of like
he was big on the East Coast, and especially in like Maryland, because he's from Maryland. So we heard about him especially early. At least I did. Like I heard about him in his Young Sinatra tapes.
Yeah.
Like way back before he even dropped like an album. So he was literally Maryland's little secret for a while, I feel like. And then, now he's huge. Even though he sucks, he's huge. And everyone knows who he is. So, you know what? It's fine. But what did you think of Good Day? The second song on the last second song.
Yeah. The only thing I liked was the music video. Like the song was whatever, but I liked the music video because it was like GTA kind of heist style.
You saw the music video? I didn't even see the music video.
Yeah.
I watched it on YouTube.
Huh?
Did you listen to the album on YouTube?
Yeah, he has a music video for all the songs.
What?
Yeah.
Why? I feel like that's not supposed to be like that.
Some of them are music videos where he's performing in it, and some of them are like lyric videos. You know what I mean? Like how YB and Cordae did lyric videos for his album, which was I thought was a great idea because I watched them all and I like, you know what I mean? I got to see, as I was listening to the album, I got to read what he was saying so I wouldn't, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be lost like, oh, what'd he say there? I can't listen. I can't hear what he's saying. So I get, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Corday's great. Corday's one of the best coming up right now.
Yes.
Easily. But on to the last and final song, probably the best song on the album, and that's only because of Lil Baby. It was actually the longest song on the album was 3 minutes and 45 seconds, which is doesn't seem that abnormally long, but for this album it was.
Yeah. Like it was noticeably long when I listened to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything else was so short. It's like,
the song itself wasn't really interesting. You know, it was chorus, verse, which is, you know, fine. It's just like it's boring and expectable. But I liked it. Sounded like a little kung fu beat in the beginning. You know what I'm talking about?
it sounded like what?
Like it sounded like a little kung fu-ish in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like a karate movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But that's why I especially like that. Like the beat, I thought the beat was pretty good. I don't know if he made the beat. I don't know if Lil Baby made the beat, but someone made the beat and it was pretty good. Lil Baby's verse was solid, and yeah, I would probably say that's the best song on the album. That or Shameless, but Ty didn't like Shameless too much, so
I didn't like Shameless. I mean, it was, I don't know, it was just the most generic. Like if he was trying to make a generic trap banger, and that's what the album was, Shameless on that album was the most generic trap banger of them all on that album, on this project that he put out. So for what it was, that was the worst of what it did. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. What did you think of Prospect?
I liked it. I liked Lil Baby's verse. I thought iann dior spit a good little verse on there also, and the beat was nice. And that's the thing, like iann dior's been like he spit not too many noticeable bars, but like I wasn't really bored of his voice.
I feel like iann Dior can be good. It's almost like he chooses not to. Like
Yeah,
he's like, oh, I'll be good for this song. I'll be okay for this song. I'll be whatever for this song. This song I'll be really good. I just feel like he doesn't try it for each song, which doesn't make any sense. Like I feel like for some songs he just half-asses the chorus, half-asses the verses, half-asses the beat just to get a song on, which is you should never do that.
yeah.
Which is why this album is trash, because I think he relied on the 2 or 3 good songs to carry it, and those 2 or 3 good songs weren't good enough. So overall in all, I'm giving this album a 4 out of 10.
A 4.
4.
You told me 7 out of 10 when you first listened to it.
I told you 6.
You told me 6?
Yes.
Still.
I told you 6 out of 10 3 days ago. I listened to it 2 more times, and I've realized that it's not deserving of a 6 at all. I'm gonna maybe a 5. Maybe a 5. But I'm not going higher than that.
Yeah, I gave it my first listen, I gave it a 5. And then I always do like a first listen run through, and then I go back and I try to focus on the beat of the instrumentals more back in the song. Like when I listen to Igor, there was so much instrumentally happening and so much lyrically happening that I had to go back and listen to and focus on the instrumental more. So when I did that to this one, I was like, so it's still a 5, you know?
Yeah. So you gave it a 5 out of 10?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, he had a lot of potential. It was like he was dipping his toes into something real, something a little bit more him, other than just the generic trap banger, something that was more of his own style, his own sound. And then he would just bring that toe right back out and kept doing what he was doing. So I mean, I'm interested in hearing more from him. Not gonna lie,
No,
he's definitely on my radar.
I'm not, honestly. I wouldn't even recommend him to my friends. But
Oh yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna keep him on the low. You know what I mean? I just like to see see what
I'm
his.
not even gonna keep him. I'm not gonna listen to him. He's
really?
he's off my list. Sorry, Ian. Okay. All right, that was the review of Iann Dior. I'm gone. It wasn't very good. So next week we're gonna try and do these every week. By the way, we're gonna try and record them over the weekend and get it out to you on Monday. In this case, it'll be out Tuesday. That's our fault. But next week, well, I should say this: June 19th, John Legend dropped an album called "Bigger Love." Now, John Legend, he's kind of a pop artist, right? Would you call him poppy?
No, I think he's all around. I can't really put him in a category because he's done.
He doesn't
He's
rap.
done a lot. Huh?
He doesn't rap.
But he can make a rap beat. He's worked with the Kanye West on good in Good Music, on that label.
Is he married or dating Chrissy Teigen?
Yeah, they're married.
Okay, well, he dropped an album June 19th. And that's the album we're gonna be reviewing next week. I don't really listen to him that much. I mean, I've listened to his bangers. You know what I'm talking about? But
All of me, baby. That's my shit.
I've listened. Have you listened to did you listen to his Christmas album he dropped?
No, I heard about it. Didn't I want to? Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't listen to it.
He just basically redid a bunch of Christmas songs. It's probably good. I mean, he has a good voice. He's a great
John Legend.
Yeah. John Legend's a legend. You know what I'm talking about?
He got it, bro. He got an EGOT. Youngest man to do it.
What does that mean?
When you get an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
What old was he?
With those awards, huh?
How old was he?
He was like 20 something.
Well, he has near 20 million a month on Spotify compared to Iann Dior's 8 million. Do you know who the most on Spotify is?
Oh, he was 39 when he got the EGOT. And the most listeners someone has on Spotify?
Yeah.
I would imagine
I don't think
like Beyonce with like 100 million or something.
Who is it?
I would say it's Beyonce with 100 million or something.
Nope.
I don't know.
It's The Weeknd.
The Weeknd has the most Spotify listeners
a month, yeah, and it's at 60 million.
But that's because he just dropped his album not too long ago.
After Hours.
Yeah.
I mean, you dropped it.
Did you listen to it?
No, I didn't listen to it. Did you?
I didn't listen to it. No. I was still stuck on the one before it, My Dear Melancholy, or my Dear Sweet Melancholy or whatever.
I didn't listen to that one either.
Dude, that one, it's heart-wrenching. It's great. It's amazing. But I don't know. I just haven't listened to After Hours. I might.
I like Starboy. I didn't like Behind the Madness. So
yeah.
But yeah, next week, John Legend, Bigger Love. Make sure. Thank you for listening. Check us out on all platforms. Follow us on Twitter. Links in description. Yeah, thanks for listening. Ty, you got anything to say, big boy?
Yeah.
Dollar General, big boy.
Nothing. You got anything to fucking say? Pizza Hut looking ass. Papa John's, sorry. Doesn't matter. Still smell like fucking pizza dough and crust.
Well, I do. That's the worst part. Coming home, I smell like pizza.
Oh, that's gross.
So do you know how easy it is to gain weight just eating pizza? Dude, when there are mess ups, it's free pizza. It's
how often is there a mess up though?
I mean, twice a shift.
Twice a shift.
So I could be eating you
bro, what the fuck?
So that's what I'm saying. I eat, it's I don't know. Bad habits lead to bad outcomes, guys. So be aware. But yeah, thanks for listening. Deuces.